All right, what's going on? Welcome to the September 21st live stream, folks. Live stream. We are live. And we got a lot going on. I can't tell if these are older messages or newer. I think they're older. But if you're here, welcome. I see Jermaine. I see Kevin. I see Danny. Puerto Rican. Hippie. Wave 5 is taking forever. We're going to talk about that. We got Darth already in here. Good afternoon, sir. Appreciate everyone coming by. Yeah. From 30 minutes ago. Oh, damn, Danny. I heard October pre-order. Where'd you hear that, Danny? Why don't you go ahead and tell me? Because I heard in July from June that the figures were finished, that they were on their way, and that's July. Here we are just a week and a half away from October, and we have no pre-orders. And that was from June from Jada, that the figures were basically done. A few little touch-ups. That's what I heard. Here we are, a week and a half away, and we get an October pre-order? That's funny, because if that's the case, then these figures most likely won't be arriving to people until 2026. Because 2 months, you think that they're going to put a pre-order out in October and have them pre-order deliver in a month and a half later? Not happening. It's not going to happen. Ujiro is only 6'3" according to Google. And we're going to talk about that too. We're actually going to start with that. I don't want to get started on the Jada thing yet because I heard it from a Jada group on Facebook. They're typically on point, but you never know. Well, if that's the case, then these figures aren't getting delivered to most people until 2026. So I sure hope that's not the case. If you order from Hong Kong like the Storm Arena thing, then you might get them this year. But if they're not going up for pre-order until October, then you probably won't see these figures until 2026. So I want to talk about this because looking at this, I mean, this is not a great start. We're going to talk about Storm and the missize already. Okay, what is that going on there? Hold on. We're going to talk. Why is that not working? Is it locked? Turn off lock. We're going to talk about Storm Arena and already being undersized. Already being undersized. Let's talk about that. Hold on one sec. I got to get this. This is not good, folks. This is not good. Already, because seeing Storm's first problem with the first line that they did in collectibles was too small to be, or too big. Now we're going too small. We're going to talk about it, though. We're going to take a look at this. Yo, cryogenic, photogenic. Oh, wow. Ujiro's only 6'3" according to Google. I'm not a Hong Kong hippie. I'm a patient American citizen. I dig it. I'm guessing we'll get them December, January. That's just my guess, though. From who, Danny? Big Bad Toy Store? Danny, that's the funniest shit you've said all day. If you think Big Bad Toy Store is freaking satisfying them from an October pre-order to December, you go ahead and pass me what you're smoking, Danny. I'll take a puff. Why not? You think Big Bad Toy Store is going to put up a pre-order in October and have them here by December? Danny, I want you to quit your day job and you go start to be a stand-up comic because you're hilarious. Let's get you on a world tour starting tomorrow, huh? Hilarious. That's the funniest thing I've heard all day. And I've heard some funny stuff today. Like the Rams were going to beat the Eagles, and then they blew that. That was pretty funny. I can't believe they blew that lead. That's insane. I've never ordered from there. Well, where are you getting them from, Danny? Where are you getting these quick turnarounds? Wouldn't be from Hong Kong, would it? Come on, Danny. I said that, though. I said you could possibly get them this year if you ordered from a vendor directly from China. That's what I said. If you're not getting... We'll talk about it, though. We're on the wrong subject. I want to start the Jada. I want to start with Storm. Matt at Nerdzoic. I have big respect for Big Nerdy. Is that his name? Let's talk Storm Arena real quick, guys. I want you to look at this Yujiro. I am concerned. Yujiro is 6'3". Ryu in this form is supposed to be 5'9". That does not look to be 6'3" compared to a 5'9". If I had to guess, and I was looking at these two guys and said, guess their heights, one of them is 5'9", would you think that guy looks 6'3"? I wouldn't. I'd say he looks 5'11" to 6 foot. Because he should be, that's 6 inches taller than 5'9", folks. Is that look 6 inches taller? Not really. He's almost eye to eye with him. I'd say that's a 5'9" to a 5 or 6 footer, if I had to look at that. Yeah, Yujiro looks like he's like 5'11", 6 foot, maybe. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. He looks more like a 6 footer. That's a little I'm a little concerned about that because we're 3 figures in and we're already off on scaling. That's not a good sign. I mean, granted, I'm glad that he's at least taller, but that's not a 6'3" to a 5'9". That's like a, 5'11" to a 5'9". Yujiro looks like 5'11". Nah, it looks off. That's what I'm saying. That's what I think. We got a lot of people in here, but not many people talking. I promise I don't bite. I might razz you a little bit, but I don't bite. And if you don't want to talk, if you want to hang out in the shadows, if you're just listening, that's fine. I'm okay with that too. But if you could at least leave the like or some sort of engagement, I'm all right. They charged extra for Yujiro 2, unjustified. He's not Sagat's height. Did they charge more? I can't remember. And it depends where you're looking. I mean, I don't know what prices you're looking at. I have too many people that compare Storm Collectibles website prices to Big Bad Toy Store to other vendors. I'm looking at Yujiro's pre-order. It's $34.99. And I believe Baki's was like $27.99. $26.99, but that's pre-tariff. Yeah, I don't know why he's more expensive. That much more expensive. That's insane. That is insane. Don't mind me. I'm quitting the middle. Oh, yeah. Danny, World Tour. There we go. I like to talk smack about Jada, by the way. Hey, man. What's up, Venom? You know, I know Venom. He loves a good Jada smack talk. Trust me, we're going to talk about Jada today, too. I'm getting very concerned about Jada. I know people say I always press the panic button a little bit too much, but I'm starting to get very concerned about them. He's short, but at least he won't be as big mismatch from Storm Collectibles version. Yeah, the thing is they can fix this, right? It's a fix. I don't know how long it takes to fix something like this, but they could definitely just scale him up a little bit. I don't know how much that takes, though, moving forward. But if they drop another Yujiro, he needs to be taller than this. This is a problem for me. Yo, Starscreamer, what up, man? Venom is number 1 Jada's hater. God, can I read? Venom is Jada's number 1 hater. Arena Yujiro is like powered down Yujiro collectibles version for, yeah, how tall is he supposed to be? So, the websites, from what I've seen, Ryu is supposed to be 5'9" in this version, and Yujiro is supposed to be 6'3". So, looking at this, if I were looking at two guys standing next to each other, and you said one is 5'9", the other is 6'3", I would say 6'3", that's not a 6'3" height difference. That's like a 5'9" to a 5'11" guy. Because look at the eyes. They're almost they're not far off. That's not a 6-inch difference. Look at the top of his head. I'm going to start telling women I'm 6'3". Yeah, if that's the difference, then I'm like 6'7". It's looking real good, folks. That's not, I mean, granted, I'm glad he's taller. I mean, how tall is Baki? Isn't he supposed to be like a 5'9"er? I don't know. You let me know if you disagree, but this is not a great start. Having undersized figures already. Underscale. Is this a new reveal? No. I mean, people have gotten Yujiro already. I've seen a few reviews. I get mine this week, possibly tomorrow. By the way, guys, I can't tell you enough. Please, when you see the Yujiro video, I'm going to need you guys to go all out. I'm going to need you to give it the hype, give it the likes, because I don't know how everybody else got there so early. I'm pretty sure I ordered mine the fastest you could from Hong Kong, and other people still got it earlier. So I'm going to really need people to show up for the Yujiro video. Get out of my head. Get out of my head. Get out of my head. If that's a Yujiro, like Baki reference, I don't know it. Unfortunately. I can't wait to get mine. Yo, Glover Dragon, what's up, man? I just realized that Mr. Lee's Yujiro height comparison, he has the legs extended, drop down hips. Ooh, so do we count that then? Because to me, he does have drop down hips. Do we count that then? If we drop down the hips, maybe that counts. Hey, off topic, but how's the crossbody on the Gamer vs. Wolverine? How's the body? How's the crossbody on the Gamer vs. Wolverine? Everyone loves that Wolverine. I'm pretty sure that's everybody's favorite Wolverine. Now, does it fit your comet accurate size? No. Definitely does not. I know I stated something different in the video where I was like, oh, I was looking more at the height when I was talking about Wolverine, but when I look at the actual body, the head, the girth, all that, he is bigger than Wolverine is supposed to be, but it's like, he's still inaccurate height-wise. I feel maybe a little bit taller, like 1 or 2 inches off, but I don't know. Good times. That's right, Stoned. Stoned, looking at this, do you feel like... Stoned, you're everywhere, by the way. I see you everywhere. You're in everyone's chat. Good for you. What a supporter. Stoned, looking at this, are we counting the drop-down hits as being size 2? Like, if I drop down the hips, he could probably get to 6'3" height. Girth? Yeah, girthy. Vanier, too. Right, Miguel? Mig? Girthier, Vanier, hairier Wolverine, right? We're still talking about Wolverines here, I'm pretty sure. Drop downs don't count. Okay, if we're not counting drop downs, then this is bad. Because that's a 5'11 to a 5'9 guy right there, for sure. For sure. I mean, if you want to be generous, you could say that's a 6-footer to a 5'9er. But that's not... And look how much... Okay, never mind. I was like... Dude, he's bigger because Marvel Legends is too tall for true 6-inch, and the actual sprite standing up is pretty tall, especially compared to the characters who are supposedly taller. Well, I knew this Wolverine was going to be bigger because he's massive in that game. Everybody is pretty exaggerated in that game. So, I mean, I don't have a problem with the Wolverine being bigger. That's how I wanted my Wolverine to be. Nobody noticed because he's hunched down for most of the time. Factual. That Yujiro is way too small. Not way too small, but he definitely needs to be taller. There's no way he's supposed to almost be seeing eye to eye with Ryu. I'm pretty sure I saw an example where the maximum Spider-Man was as tall as this Yujiro. And that's a problem. Because Spider-Man is not that tall. Dude, he looks like a giant. He looks like a giant in the anime. I want to see if I can find another size comparison here. As long as Zangief and Sagat tower over the rest, I'll be fine. I'm pretty sure the Sagat is in good scaling. I think they just might have messed up with this one. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, at the end of the day, as long as he's actually taller, then that's fine. But, like, he is off scale. But I don't like already that we're starting to see 3 figures into Storm Arena. We're starting to see some scaling issues. That's where I get scared, because that's exactly what happened the first time around with Storm. They said they were 1/12th, then they were insanely huge, and then they were their own scale, so it's like, I don't know. Can't nail down the 6-inch scale with a 5-foot wide. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to figure that out. It could make Baki too small, though. We haven't seen height comparisons for him yet. Yeah. Well, how tall is Baki supposed to be? Baki will be similar height to Yujiro, and that's not accurate at all, or else Baki will be too small. I am concerned, man. Would you stop buying Storm Arena if their scaling continues like this? I mean, this is not deal breaker for me. He's not, I mean, he is off scaling, but it's not like insane scaling. Like, it still works to a degree. So, I mean, unless it got really... No, because I still like... I don't know. I'd have to see how much off the scaling was. Like, if they were getting way too small, then maybe... I don't know. I think they'd fix it in time. Google says Baki is 5'6". Okay. Well, Baki is not as tall. Ryu is 5'9". If Baki is 5'6", then he should be pretty... he should be smaller than Ryu. They shouldn't be the same size. If you want proper scaling, brother... If you want proper scaling, order the collectibles version. Why is this a bad thing? Thin? I didn't say... I said scaling is a bad thing, Venom. I know you don't like to hear any slander on your precious Storm, but it happens. It's not the worst thing. It could be worse. Brother? No way that the Yujiro is proper scaling. He's like way too tall for the Ryu on this. I don't have that, but those figures are huge. He's like almost a foot taller. But I'm going to see if I can find anything else real quick, just to make sure, because... Let's see. Can I find any other scaling references? Let's look at this. Is this... Oh, that's not it. Let me see if I can find Storm Arena. Trying to find some scaling, but I can't. This might be what we have so far. Okay, well, I can't find anything. If I find something, I will let you guys know, but I just want to know on a 1 to 10. Yujiro should be like Sagat's height. Dude, Sagat is 7'4". That's over a foot difference in height compared to what he's supposed to be. I saw your eBay listings. Voice doesn't match your body shape. That's not me. That's not me on the eBay profile. That's not my picture. I just made that guy because I thought he was perfect. He's too short, bro. He's not that much shorter than what he needs to be, though. Well, so this is a 5'9" compared to like a 6-foot person. He does need to be... If we were to like... Okay, let's do something like this, right? I'm gonna have to take you guys with me on a voyage, just for a second, right? We're gonna have to do something like this. So, if we were, let me fix this. Let's do. let's do something like this, right? If we had to take scaling these two figures, okay, so he needs to be, let's get it back directly where it was. So feet to feet, right? So that's where it was. He needs to be, he should be like that. I'm thinking about right there is where the proper scaling should be. Maybe even like that. Because when you look at that, compared to where he's supposed to be, he definitely should be more around that height difference. Like 6 inches. Okay, that might be too tall. But like right there. Like right there. That would be better. That's where it needs to be. And for the price difference that they have these listed at, too. I don't think it's fair. Agree to disagree. Nobody wants to use... I mean, you could make that excuse. Stop reaching, bro. Hey, he's entitled. Yujiro's dang near $10 more than Baki. Factual. Just heat him up until his plastic is pliable and then stretch him out like a Laffy Taffy. Okay, that's fair. I'm not doing that. But would you agree that that looks better? That's about where it needs to be height-wise. And I don't know that the drop-down would even give him that much height. It might give him a little more height, but I don't know that it's where it needs to be, where it's like this. Because then you look at this picture compared to what we did on the Photoshop just barely. Then you really start to be like, oh god, he's way smaller. Venom's just a supporter of Storm. He wants them to succeed. And that's fair. That's fair, right? We all want companies to succeed to some degree if we like what they do. This is just a small hiccup, but it's not a good sign. I mean, we've seen the difference with... We've seen the difference between the Sagat and... We've seen this difference, and that's about what that needs to be. So that looks good, at least. That's a 7-4 to, so we know they got Sagat right. So I'm not too worried about everything else. They may have made Yujiro just a tad too small. Sagat is 7-4. That's a 7-4 man, I think, right? Is that a 7-4 to a 5-9er? I think so. That looks about right. I think. You've never seen a 7-4 man before? Looks much better. On Wiki, it says he's 6'3", but sometimes can be depicted as 6'9" and even 7'2" to show his strength and power. Yeah, you're talking about Yujiro? I saw that. I can make a custom Shaquille O'Neal with Sagat? I don't think Shaq was 7'4". I think Shaq was only 7'1". Be too tall. Out of scale. It's out of scale. Stoned, what up? A 7-footer you've seen? I'll show you a 7-footer. Wait, what? But I know a lot of people have had questions. Where's the Baki? Where's the Baki? What happened to Baki? So according to Mr. Lee, they're not far between. We're talking like 2 weeks. So we should see Baki start shipping out probably this week to Hong Kong. So Baki should not be far behind. He's still getting released this year. But I just wanted to kind of see where you guys were at on that. It was kind of slow on the news this week. Storm didn't announce anything. Jada didn't announce anything. The only thing I really saw was, dude, what is going on with McFarlane? Why are they all of a sudden selling everything out? Can somebody explain to me why now McFarlane is selling out every 2 seconds now? It's like ever since they announced they were leaving, people are like, wait, what? They're leaving? Now all their figures sell out insanely fast. Yeah, I mean Mr. Lee. Yeah, that's what I mean. People are sad? Dude, if they were sad, they should have bought more figures. Half their catalog went to deep discount and sits at Ollie's currently. They're probably producing less. That could also be a good point. That's fair. Okay, but I did want to show. It's time now. We gotta talk about some stuff here, folks. We do. And I hate to do it. What the hell is going on with Jada Toys? What the hell is going on with Jada Toys? I know no one. I'm not talking bad on him, and that question shouldn't offend anybody. What is going on with Jada Toys? I am getting very concerned for them, folks. I am. Where is Wave 5? Where is it? Where is it? They got destroyed by... It offended me. Super slow. Storm stood on business. Jada shook and probably having war room meetings. Notice nobody talks about them anymore. Richard, how are you, man? Jermaine, welcome. Storm showed no mercy. In a shipping container. How is it in a shipping container when we don't even have pre-orders yet? How do we not have pre-orders yet? Folks, do you realize that October is a week and a half away? If they do not get this straight, I'm telling you right now, and I'm serious. If this does not go up for pre-order this week, this next week, these will not hit U.S. retailers by 2020, by December. It just isn't going to happen. Ujiro's definitely undersized. Factual. I saw that. You put that earlier. They're not going to hit. These are not going to hit by 2026 if they don't get the pre-order out by next week. I mean, it would be so close. And we're talking like the last week of December if they were to come in. They're making a 5-pack Christmas set. God, I don't know what they're doing. How do we not have pre-orders out yet? The last thing that we heard from June at San Diego Comic-Con, now mind you, this was July. He said these were basically done, had a minor things they had to fix, minor, and that they should be shipped. That was in July. We're now almost in October with 0 pre-orders. 0. Nothing. Not E-Honda, not Akuma, not Balrog, not nothing. June seemed defeated and probably betrayed because a few reviewers who was gushing over Jada praised Storm over theirs, which is ridiculous because it isn't even the same game designs. I don't know why they shook Jada. June is shook. Something is wrong at Jada headquarters. Not to mention, folks, here's the thing. They could very well, and let's, I'm going to keep this in perspective, but I want to throw this out at you. Not only do we not have pre-orders, they're no longer going to sit to New York Comic Con. And that's really, we've talked about that already, but that is a big thing. Because you'd think that it's like, oh, if the figures were close to being done, maybe you could just offer them at New York Comic Con. Right? It's like if these things were close to being on the water, or were on the water, or had a couple done, you could sell these at New York Comic Con. But guess what? They backed out of New York Comic Con. Earlier this year, they reported that they were going both to San Diego and New York. All of a sudden, they are no longer going to New York Comic Con. Why? Why aren't they going to New York Comic Con? And don't give me they don't have nothing new. They don't have anything new to show. That's not an excuse. You could bring the same setup that you brought at San Diego and just post it at New York. It's no different. Why? Why aren't they going to New York? At the end of the day, it's still a marketing trip. The people in New York were not at San Diego, I promise you, at least most of them. Why aren't they going? If Jada hop games instead of doing Alpha, I'm out the Jada game. Street Fighter 2, Alpha, and maybe 3 is where my Street Fighter care ends. Not a good sign. Storm bullied Jada to the point of canceling everything they're doing, including IPs. No. They're not quitting, but what is going on over there? I know this is annoying for you because, to be honest, you have showed a lot of support to Jada and defended them a lot. I do still defend them, and I am still a fan of Jada. I have not hopped off the Jada train just because I have questions and concerns about what's going on. I still love them. I still want all their figures. But I need to know what is going on. Why did we pull out of New York? Is it because they would get questions like, where is Wave 5? Jada has too many lines. They're spreading themselves thin, but they still have bomb figures. I don't know. Is there that many lines? Nothing new on Scooby and Invincible. You have to give Jada release times the heat you give to Storm releases or the lack of them. Wait, let me read that again. You have to give Jada release times the heat you give Storm releases. I do! And I have been. I said, where are these? Trump called Jada and gave him a triple tariff. I think the Cyberpunk and Invincible IP got them moving different. What does that mean? They haven't even put out many They only have 2 figures of Cyberpunk out. I never was Jada's shill. There was nothing to report bad on Jada at the time. Their figures were cheap. They came with tons of accessories. They pumped the figures out fast. But all good things do come to an end eventually. What comes up must go down. That Atom Smasher is a myth. 2027 release. Let's not forget that Jada is only 5 figures away from completing a full roster of Street Fighter 2, which other companies were not able to achieve. Let's not forget that June initially said that this entire set would be finished by the end of this year, and we still don't even have any of these other figures. And let's not act like nobody got close to finishing. I mean, Soda came one figure away from completing the roster. I don't think they ended up getting DJ out. Granted, it's a great feat. Like, it is a history book moment, but it's not like there weren't other companies that weren't close. And let's give Jada, they are the pioneers. There is, I personally don't think there's a Storm Arena without Jada. So, I think it was their first time at New York. No, they had gone the 2 prior years, I believe. Keaton, what's up? I gave my friend all my Soda figures. I mean, I do think it's great, right? They are going to finish the line. But they are slowing down. Just want Jada to finish the last characters, and remember buying Soda Ryu and the figures broke out the packaging. The M. Bison held up, didn't buy another Soda figure since. Well, dude, we're talking Soda like they're relevant. Their figures, didn't they, like, aren't those figures all like over 10 years old? Like, Soda hasn't been around for over a decade. Storm Collectibles are 7 figures away from completing the U.S. Street Fighter lineup. Yeah, I'm not really betting on them to finishing that. I think they do well together. They should work tandem with each other. I don't think companies usually do that. It's not like Coke and Pepsi become friends. You don't usually be like friends with your competition. That's usually not how it works. Maverick, what up, man? Jada should give the license to Hasbro. I don't know if that's an idea, that's for sure, but I don't think they would. There's no Marvel vs. Capcom either. I think Soda figures are 20 years old, dude, or more. Well, there you go. So I don't know why everyone brings them up then. Yeah, so if they're that old, why do you guys always bring up Soda? Like, you guys are the ones that always bring up Soda. I never bring up Soda because it's not relevant to today. I'm not bringing up 20-year-old figures. You guys are the ones in the comments that are always putting Soda, like that. That's fine. But I wasn't even collecting when Soda was a thing. So I can't bring them up. I can't really talk about them. And they're so old now that it's like, I don't know why we're still talking about them. They were that revolutionary that we talk about them 20 years older. Yeah. Exactly, Danny. I'm probably the one who didn't care for Soda. The Soda figures still hold up visually, though. Yeah, but you can't move them. Have you tried moving a Soda figure today? Their limbs snap right off. I've never owned a Soda. I think they look great. I'll give them that their sculpting heads up, but like I've heard they're pretty fragile. Without Soda, June would never be into making Street Fighter figures. I've never heard him say that. People always pretend they love something. How many people really own Soda figures? You will never know, but I doubt most people don't. Oh, but I doubt most people don't. Soda for me would be only one Final Fight characters. Are Target still getting Jada Street Fighter? That's another thing. I haven't seen a restock from my Jada figures at Target for a long time. I'm talking, I haven't seen a restock. I never even saw Blanca or Sagat. I think I saw, like, where's the blue Guile? Where is Guile? Where is Cammy? Why are the figures never getting restocked anymore? It's Sota, not Soda. I mean, in Utah, we don't really say our T's. Like, we call mountains, mountains. Like, T's are silent. Instead of Brighton, it's Brighton. Like, we don't really say our T's out here, so that's kind of like a Utah thing. Don't own any Soda figures. I love my Jada. I've never seen any Jada figures at Target, period. Really? Not one? Sagat is never restocking in comic and cocktails. What the hell is that? I bought Sodafigs back in 2004 when I was at a university and was so happy to see Street Fighter figures at that time. Wait, from where, yeah. Yeah. Okay. I do. Thank you. But you don't type with an accent, bro. Alright, sorry, Stone. Barely saw any at my targets. Sota release characters from Alpha right off the bat. Honestly, I just want decent Strider Hiryu figures. I don't even know what that is. Instead of T-Hawk, it's Hawk. It's Dahawk. Jada should tap into Tekken for real. Dude, Tekken figures don't sell. They don't. It's a known property, but it's not that popular. Like, I don't know if it has a fan base. Look at Storm Collectibles King. It's gone on sale like 50 times. I just don't think the figures sell that well. Along with King of Fighters. I've had a few days now. Boot Ken, still happy with it. Yeah, it was a good review. I liked it. Not all Targets stock Jada Street Fighter figures anyways, but the ones that did near me do not have them anymore. No Vega anywhere. I suspect they won't be getting the newer waves. That's what I'm saying. There is too much that is showing that Jada is struggling at the moment. There's too much. And I know that people get mad anytime. Oh, they're doing fine. They already dropped 4 or 5 figures this year. And that's fact, and that's fair. But compared to prior years, this is a down year for them. Tekken is a button masher in my... They're all button mashers. They are on Amazon sale all the time, like the first and second waves. Factual. Maybe Jada's working on Captain Commando. Guys, Jada is not going to go away from Street Fighter. Alright? Just because SH Figuarts is putting out a Spider-Man from the freaking Marvel vs. Capcom does not mean Hasbro's like, oh, maybe we should stop selling Spider-Man, even though it's our most popular series. And SH Figuarts is doing a Spider-Man over there. Why don't we... Hey, Bob, go ahead and call Disney and tell them we no longer want the Spider-Man set because SH Figuarts is making it. Can you get Disney on the line? We're done here. We're done here. Did you see SH? They're making one. How can we possibly make one? That's not how it works, folks. They're not going to give up their most popular line because one other company is making them. That's just not how it works. That's their bread and butter. It's what put them on the map. You usually don't sell and stop making your most popular line. Jada's got the Gamerverse license too? I didn't know that. I've never seen that. When they show up at my targets, they sell it unless they're first 2 waves? Yeah. SHF is too expensive and scales all over the place. Yeah, but that's just the comparison. That's just what I'm saying. Street Fighter 2 is not a button masher, I can assure you. I mean, depends who you're talking to. There's plenty of kids that mash the buttons for any fighting game. Eddie Gordo was the ultimate button mash beast. Factual. Scale is my biggest gripe with Tamashi. I barely buy official SHF now. Knockoffs are better than the official ones now. That's factual. Jada's first time putting their foot in a bucket was Cyberpunk. It won't go beyond 3 waves. Sadly, I feel Mega Man has stumbled as well. They'll only ship about 1 or 2 boxes. Each hold 3 figures. Factual. But here's the thing, folks, right? Look at the 3 things that we know this year so far about Jada. 1, you can't tell me June didn't seem slightly pissed off or not as excited or happy at San Diego Comic-Con. 2, the lack of figures that are showing up at Target is concerning. I haven't seen a new restock of Jada Toys for a long, long time. I haven't seen Vega anywhere. I haven't seen Sagat at any of my targets or Blanca. It's not to say they were never there, but I don't see restocks of them ever. 3, they're not going to New York Comic Con. That right there to me is a big one. That's the biggie. That's a big one. Because they have gone to every Comic Con since their release of their Street Fighter figure line. So to now all of a sudden not show up to one of the big cons of the year, regardless if you have anything new to show or not, just to simply answer questions, that's a big one. 4, we still don't have pre-orders for this wave that you currently see. And granted, they don't technically do waves, okay? So that's, at least we haven't seen a pre-order for none of them. Guys, am I going to New York Comic Con? I wish. No. New York Comic Con is, I think it's mid-October. It is October 9th through the 12th. Jada wasn't on NYCC 23. Okay. Well, that's fair then, but still, I don't know. I still think that's weird because June initially said they were going to go to New York. Even then, not to be there in 2023, that's fine. But you went last year. Why wouldn't you go this year? They said they were going, and now they're not going. That's the concerning part. Okay, I was wrong. I guess they didn't show up in 2023. I'll take the L on giving misinformation there. But June did state earlier this year at Wonderfest, or I forget what interview it was, but he said he was going to New York this year. And it's not happening. Dude, I'm scared to see what Mars asks Storm. Ugh, he says some of the cringe shit. He really does. Mars would be like, "Can I work for you?" It's like, you wasted a question on a stupid-ass question. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Can I work for you? Dude, I'm already nervous for what Storm, or what freaking, he's going to tense up. He's going to choke up. I already know it. He's going to blow it. He's going to blow it. Just kidding. Mars is a good dude. June has never been consistent, and that's a fact. It's starting to, consistent with giving, like, timelines, I guess, maybe. You can tell him. I tell him all the time that, I think the last thing I told him was that what did I say to him? I said, that was cringe as shit. He doesn't think that Yujiro is undersized. Who's their parent company, Keaton? I wasn't even aware. Trust me, I don't say anything on here that I wouldn't say to Mars's face. I promise you. Or in the DMs, because I don't obviously see him face to face. But there's nothing on here that I've said that would concern me about things that would be said that I would not say to him directly in the DMs. I already said you better not say some cringe-ass shit to Storm. Assuming he even gets to talk to Storm. I know there's supposed to be a Storm representative there, but they weren't specific on what days they were going to be there. So he might not even get to interview Storm. Hopefully they're there on Friday. Dinky Toys? I didn't know that. Is Yujiro the same height as Ryu, which is a no-go? He's not quite the same height, but they're close. Bring that picture back up. They're not quite the same height, but they're close. We're getting back into Storm, but... That's like, yeah, they're close, but not quite. You know Mars is gonna be there every day. He only has a pass to be there Friday. Dude, Comic-Con's expensive. My first question will be, is Killer Bee's cami butt soft plastic? That's insane. That's a crazy question. They're not the same height. They're close. It's more like a 5'9" standing next to a 5'11" guy. It's not a 6'3". We already did that. We already showed that. I like showing it again, though, for those new viewers that are coming in. Make sure you guys like the stream, by the way, if you are participating but not talking. If you can leave a like on the stream, I appreciate that. So, the height needs to be like this. The height probably needs to be about right there. That's the height he's supposed to be, right? But then you take it away, it's not there. He needs to be closer to like right there, I think, for it to be accurate. Especially with how much they're charging and the price difference. That's about where the figure's supposed to be. To me, this is 6'3" to a 5'9". To me, this is 5'11" to a 5'9" guy. So, they needed to get him closer to right there. But, what is what it is, unfortunately. Left a like. Thank you, Turtle. I'm waiting for Storm to unveil the Hajime no Ippo line. What about, could Storm announce Mortal Kombat or Ultra Street Fighter 2 at New York? Could they? Is that a thing? Is that anything anybody's thinking about, or no way? How tall is this guy supposed to be? Didn't they lose MK? They did during the whole dispute. Like, Warner Brothers and NetherRealm, like, had, like, some legalities going on where they pulled the licensing from everybody. I'm kind of looking at this guy. How tall is this guy supposed to be? I don't know. I don't watch Baki enough to know. But how tall is this guy supposed to be? I don't even know the guy's name. That's why I didn't make a video on it. Ryu's 5'6"? It says in Alpha 3 that he's 5'9". He's the same as Yujiro. His name is Hanayama. Hanayama. About the same. You think this guy is 6'3"? He's the same height as Yujiro or Baki? This guy is also 6'3"? Does anybody have a problem with the legs on these characters? There's one thing in particular I hate about this character. I don't like the legs. Does anybody not like this big sleeve thing right here at the top? See that thing right there? At the top? Right in the middle there? See at the end of his coat how it has like that big thing that goes over his leg? I do not like that. Kuso, what up? I do not like that leg thing where the pant is, I don't know. It's weird. Jack Hanma? I heard Jack was coming. They might preview him at New York Comic Con because Mr. Lee said Jack was coming. I'm going to just take this off. Background and neon border. Let's get that out of there. Yeah, the thigh cut. I don't like that thigh cut. It's weird looking. Storm Collectibles could do MK as an import territory exclusive rather than US distribution. That would be terrible, Keaton. How dare you? How dare you suggest such a thing? Storm Arena or Storm Collectibles, Jack? I heard from Mr. Lee, or someone told me that Mr. Lee, I think it was Mars, let's face it, the only person that ever talks to me about Storm Arena is Mars. He confirmed that Mr. Lee said Jack Hanma was coming. I love this figure, can't wait. Is Karu Hanayama? Grab the pitchforks for Keaton. McFarlane has the MK license. Yeah, but it's not an exclusive because Storm was still making MK figures while McFarlane was making theirs. I don't know how much more. I think Storm Collectibles production has been slowed way down. I'm pretty sure most new figures are going to be part of the Arena line. Mars got that from you. Oh, cool. The bulkiness and looseness of the suit is correct? Storm has dropped MK license in 2020? That can't be the case because they dropped Goro like 2 years ago. And didn't they release Shiva last year? So I don't know, I don't know, if they drop a license, doesn't that mean they can't put out the figures? Hanayama is bulky and his suit is wise and stretched out. But you're right, neither him nor Yujiro is tall enough. They dropped in 2023? Okay. Big Bad Toy Store still has Nightwolf up for pre-order, so... Okay. He's coming soon? Yeah, I'm still excited. I get my Yujiro this week. Again, I need everyone to show up for the Yujiro video. Everybody to show up for the Yujiro video. My God. Figure was like $80+, and I don't know how did the Migos get theirs already? I don't get it. They do not work with Storm. Hey, here's a good size comparison. Do you guys think Sagat is tall enough? That's supposed to be 7'4". Sagat Arena next month? Hopefully. My comment is just in general, not targeted at me. Oh, I didn't think anything of it, Stone. I didn't consider it targeted at me. I be here, bro, of course, to watch it. Alright, thank you, Jermaine. I'm seeing in-stock notices for Arena Sagat on Ollie. Wait, what? Keaton, you must send me the the links immediately. I don't want to order Arena from AliExpress. You've seen how those packages show up. Especially when I'm going to have to pay top dollar. Keaton, still send me the link on Ollie if you can, please. It might be factual Venom. Oh, really? Interesting, Kuso. Sagat will be definitive Sagat. Wait, what? Oh, okay. First review out. Factual. Screw the package? I like the package. I like to have it be nice if I'm going to spend $80. Where's Trunks always purple? The first time we saw Sagat, his trunks were purple. Hey, you want to notice something? So, I was a big believer that Sagat was going to be the New York Comic Con exclusive. But does he not look more tan here compared to his pre-order? Or is it the same? Thank you. So look at this, and then look at his pre-order. Or, this isn't a pre-order. Where's the pre-order? Did we not get a Sagat pre-order? Hello? I swear we did. Yeah, we did. What am I saying? Alright, anyways, I'll just show that. Doesn't he seem lighter here? That's a different skin tone, no? Those were the prototypes. He's lighter. Or some color saturation from the picture. And that's a big saturation, I'm not gonna lie. Damn, that figure looks good. Damn. Could be, but I don't know. Yeah, I know he was tanner in the player twos, but that's what makes me and Mars think that there could be Sagat at there. I am convinced. I'm telling you right now that I am against pretty much everything that Mars says is going to happen at New York Comic Con. I don't think there's going to be any exclusives as far as being for sale. I don't think they're going to announce Mortal Kombat. Because Storm is already announcing figures well into the 2026. You're telling me that they can announce a figure that's dropping in 2026, but they still haven't announced the exclusive that's going to be at New York Comic Con that's like 3 weeks away? Something seems off. Yeah, they did fix the ab crunch. This picture shows it, see? There's no ab crunch in this one. I don't think there still could be. Let Mars dream. I tried it. Mars gets too unrealistic. I just try to bring him back down to reality. Because there's no way Storm is showing off figures that are supposed to be released in deep 2026. But you're telling me they haven't announced their New York Comic Con exclusive that's supposed to be there in 3 weeks? I don't know. The math ain't mathin' for me on that. Fixing is subjective. Sure. He is in Mars time. There is no Blue Trunks Sagat in Alpha, so that can't be a New York Comic Con exclusive. Dude, I swear, look at this. Then what is this picture that I have? Hold on, let me find it. Hold on. Hold on. Easy. Easy. Where'd that picture go? No, damn it! Hold on, I lost it. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, folks. Hold on. Let's not get crazy here. Where's that picture? Okay, hold on. Let me just type it in. I'm gonna just type in Sagat Alpha 3, and we'll just go from there, because I can't find the picture. You guys are just gonna have to come with me on a journey. In game. He might be right. I'm not seeing. That looks purple to me. Purple. Wait, hold on. Green? Hold the phone. That'd be a cool one. If they did green and yellow, that'd be dope. Where's blue? I could have swore I had a picture that showed him in blue trunks, though. Dude, they need to drop that. Oh, is that Dan? That is Dan. Dude, green Dan would be fire. I don't see a blue. There was no blue. It's inaccurate. Oh my god. There's no blue. I can't find it. It never existed. Uh-oh. I can't find it. I can't find it. You're right. You've been playing since 95? Oh god. It's gone. Soda did the blue. You're telling me Storm Arena came up with this blue trunks with yellow stripes? Dude, I swear I have a picture that shows him in blue. Hold on. Now I'm destined to find it. I'm determined, not destined. And what am I, a freaking idiot? Destined? I'm destined to find it. I'm determined to find it. Hold on. I could have swore I had a picture of him in blue trunks. Hold up. Where the hell did it go? Maybe if I didn't have 1,000 goddamn pictures in my library, that would help. Hey, one thing I do know is that take a look at this. All I know is that the scaling for this is at least right. That seems accurate. It's a coup. It's been wiped off the internet. Soda did the blue because it's supposed to be blue. What do you mean supposed to be blue? Why don't we just quit? Let's just cut straight to the chase, folks. Let's go back. Let's type in Sagat Street Fighter Alpha 3 blue shorts. Let's just type it in and see what happens. Oh god. I don't see anything. It never existed. Oh no. Dude, why am I typing in... I'm not even typing in Storm, and it's still bringing... It must be the AI, like... You mean you're looking for Storm Arena? No. I'm going to just type in blue, see what happens. Dude, I do not... I cannot find the blue. Oh, here it is. Here it is. This is the picture that I had. Look. Ha! In your face. Blue shorts. And that's the story. And that's the story. It does exist. Uh-oh. I can't... Bro, I'm seeing blue and yellow everywhere. No, you're not. You're only seeing Storm Arena figure. What is that from, though? I don't know. Stone. I said show... Okay, Stone. We're looking for in-game pictures of Sagat being in blue and yellow. All I'm seeing... Yeah, I'm seeing blue and yellow everywhere of the Storm Arena figure. This is all Storm Arena figure. I'm trying to find an in-game. Anytime you look in-game, I'm only seeing purple and yellow. Look, type in Sagat Alpha 3. All in-game stuff is purple and yellow. We cannot find a picture of Sagat wearing blue and yellow. Though all the blue and yellow that you're seeing is just the Storm Arena figure. That's the point, is that we can only see the in-game of him wearing purple and blue. I see one here of him wearing his traditional colors, but I do not... Ooh, dude, black with yellow? That'd be fire. I don't see him wearing the blue and yellow anywhere. Look at all the in-game things that I'm seeing. Purple and yellow. Yo, dude. This Sagat with the black and gold trunks, that's gotta happen. That's fire. I don't even know where this blue and yellow came from. Great. Now we're wearing mystery outfits. I don't even know where that came from. Promo artwork? You might not be dumb, but sadly you are blind. I'm not blind. Show me where. Oh, you're talking to Stoned. Okay. Wait, Venom, I don't see a link. There's no links in here. Show me. Where are you posting the link? What database? I don't know why it won't let you guys post a link. Oh, okay. A bunch of promo artwork has blue and yellow, which is Capcom's intended color. Black skin Sagat would be great. I don't see color, Hustle. I didn't even notice he was black skin. For that, I do not see color. Just kidding. Hold on, bro. Search Sagat Alpha 3 Blue Trunks promo art. Alright, let's try that. Let's go again. Round 3. Fight. Dun, dun, dun. Alright, let's take a look. Promo art. Bro, I'm not seeing any effing promo art. What are you guys saying? Where? Maybe that one? Does that count? Are we counting that? Dude, Redakun. Is that. What is that? Red Evil Ryu would be fire. Where? Bruh, this. It's not. It doesn't exist. I don't see it. Where is it? This one? That's blue and red. I don't. All right, I'm losing it. I'm blind. I'm blind. It's fine. Whatever. Whatever, dudes. I can't find it. You can DM it to me. DM it to me. My Instagram. Just type in Richie Figs, all one word. Starscreamer is saying blue and yellow's Ultra Street Fighter 2. Interesting. Oh, and Bing? Imagine using Bing. I didn't even know that was still a website. Bing? Let me type in Bing. I mean, here we are in Bing, Microsoft Bing. Let me know if you guys see anything. I don't still see anything. Okay, here we go. I'm starting to see some stuff. Okay. I don't know if this is considered promo art, but I am starting to see more blue and gold. I don't know if this is all Alpha 3, but... Okay. At least there is more on Bing, I guess. Bro, imagine using Bing. I don't know. What world are we in where we're using Bing, bro? This Mad said Bing. Ask Jeeves. Man said Bing. It's everywhere. It is everywhere. No, it wasn't a capybara conspiracy. It's blue and red. Bing era. Love you, chat. I found 2 pics of Sagat with blue and yellow trunks. I mean, I feel like I've seen them. If it's just a cartoon, I want to see it in-game. Why would they not be releasing the in-game stuff then? Unless that was a choice by Capcom, which probably was the case. Let me see. I have a couple Instagrams. Venom Customs, accept. Let's see. I don't see. It looks like purple and blue, yellow. Venom, where is that? That doesn't look like blue to me. That still looks purple and yellow to me. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, that's it. So, I don't know, gents. We found out that Storm is, I mean, things that I can update you on is that keep an eye out for Yujiro Hanma this week. It is going to be coming. I am going to get this figure review out this week. We'll take a look and I'll actually get to experience this firsthand, hopefully this week. Hopefully tomorrow is the goal. And then Keaton, I still need you to send me that link for the AliExpress. And then I worry about Jada. I hope we see a pre-order this week, if at the very latest next week, or these figures aren't going to be here by 2025. They're going to roll over into 2026. But other than that, boys, I appreciate you hanging out. I try not to keep these streams too long, unless I have a ton of stuff to talk about, which I don't. But I appreciate you guys all hanging out with me. I will see you sooner than later. And hopefully we have a stream that has more stuff next week. It was kind of a slow week, I'm not going to lie. So there wasn't much to talk about. But next week, hopefully we get some more interesting stuff this week. And other than that, guys, I love you. We'll see you on the next one. Richie Figs. Later.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh,